Hello everyone and welcome to Sunkissed.
I win!
A Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition TTRPG campaign in which we play.
It's true.
I got thrown off by forgetting to record. What was that what the prediction was?
Yeah, it was. I put 10k on you forgetting.
I was remembering all the way up until until I tried to start, like, switch to the go live screen, being live and doing everything, and I accidentally almost hit stop streaming instead, so it threw me off and I forgot to record. Anyway, let's go around and round and round and say hello to everyone. I was going to call on Josh because I saw him drinking, but he finished drinking as I started saying that. Let's go with Tash, because she wasn't concentrating.
I was concentrating.
Oh.
I was concentrating. So there. Hello, I'm Tashna. I do lots of variety content, including creative and survival games where you build things, mainly because I like that, apparently. And I have adorable cats. I will fight you. Like, they are adorable. Adorable cats and two adorable doggos too, who are ridiculous.
Red dogs.
And that's red dogs, and that's me. Hello.
Okay, moving downwards to Josh.
Hi, I'm Tash. I have adorable cats.
Adorable cats.
Adorable cats, and I like playing games where you build stuff and survive. That's me. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Do you remember you have a bit more?
Forgot the hello. That's very important.
No, not the hello. No.
What?
Stitch of Fate.
I'm not on that.
Blood on the Strand. Grand Strand? Grand
Blood
Strand.
on the Grand Strand is wrapping up soon, but it was a pretty intense session last time. 2 of our players got kidnapped.
Damn.
And the other 2 are splitting up so they can go save them because they got kidnapped by different people. So that we're in a fucking state. Same thing with Stitch of Fate. We're in a fucking state, but that's because I play a stoner, so we're having good with that. Yeah, it's good.
You can go see Stitch of Fate on Strange Adventures. Is Grand Strand on Strange Adventures too?
No, Grand Strand's on Huddy's channel.
Okay. What channel is that?
That is Huddy von Schland on YouTube.
You want to chuck that in the chat so that people know how to spell it? While Josh is doing that, we'll move over to the right, this doesn't make any sense to you guys, because I'm looking at the Zoom call when I say this, to Vandy. Hey, Vandy. I haven't seen you for, like, a whole week.
Wow, it's been so long. Oh my god. Hi, everybody. Happy International Women's Day to all the ladies watching today's show. And yeah, hi, I'm Vandy. I am very tired. We have recently started back up on Rollford on Sundays with Sheepy as the GM. Sheepy is not as tired. That's a lie. He is actually just as tired, but he's like always tired, so that's his secret.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can find me at OMG Vandy everywhere, but at the same time, you should stick around here because we're about to fuck some shit up.
Most likely. I'm trying to figure out what my hair's doing. I'm deciding it's trying to escape my head.
You know what? It's one of those days. It's one of those days.
It's like going out in all directions, like, ah! Finally, down at the bottom of the Zoom call, at least, is Hydra. Hey, bud.
Hello, nice to be back. It's been a whole week. I'm looking forward to just stuff. I don't really know what's happening today, so just kind of take it as it goes, or take it as it comes, rather. Yeah, sounds good. I'm between campaigns now. I'm between chapters, so
right. How did
couple of weeks off?
How did it end? Well,
Ridiculous amount of prep. But I did my first large scale battle with mechanics that didn't suck, and the players came out of saying, actually, that was really good. mechanically. So I've done several bad ones, so I was due a good one. So that will be a topic for a video, I think. But yeah, it was good, and no, one person died. I nearly said no one died, but one person died.
This is how much I hate my brain. Like you just like mention Warhammer Fantasy. I'm like, I should run a Warhammer Fantasy like show. Like today,
he's got so many plans, chat. Like
just today, my brain has both gone. I should run a pirate show, like pirate TTRPG, and a Warhammer Fantasy one as well. So
do Warhammer Fantasy Pirates. Lots of.
Yeah, but there's lots of like krakens and megalodons and stuff out there.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. So roll on.
Yes. So last week on Sunkist, we had I wanted to say it was when you guys went and killed everything and stuff, but it wasn't, was it? It was.
We had the boys scene where they could not roll.
Yeah. Thank you. So we'd had some almost fighting. We had Nahari deal with Xiomara, where I think everyone in the chat was shouting at her not to take the deal. And she was like, I think I might take this deal. And then her brother stormed in, crushed Xiomara's throat, drank her blood, and left her in torpor. And then they set the house on fire. So that's 2 more buildings. Man, you guys are just hate the buildings of Weirgate, apparently. Well,
okay, first of all, we didn't blow up that one, though.
That's true.
It was just blown up for us.
Plus, in the maze, more houses can catch.
Yeah.
Because they're close together, rather than the warehouse.
So.
That's true.
Not really our fault.
Sure.
Maybe if they just didn't make flesh monsters. How about that, sheepy?
That's a really good point, honestly.
That's
Cash,
true.
yeah. So.
Yes, Alec and Cassius had a whale of a time discovering the basement which housed flesh monsters and dealing with that problem, which went from creepy and a little bit gross to slapstick comedy, involving a shotgun and kind of flesh monsters who didn't have much cognitive thought. The flesh monster, one of them, which it was Clicky, wasn't it, Mr. Clicky? The one with the shotgun, got bound up, rolled up into a tarp, and revealed at the end of the party. Whereupon there was a speech about independence from Cassius and the need to, was it band together? We're talking about the round table, right?
Yeah. Forging our own path as equals.
Yeah.
We kind of chose the least impressive one to show off, really, didn't we?
It didn't really want the other one that was down there.
Yeah. That's fair. We were quite chill about that.
Spoilers for those who don't know, Hydra was down in that basement.
I was. Hydra grabbed Cass's leg as well.
Yeah. But there was also a quick reveal of the flesh monsters. Everyone in the coterie went, it was him, and pointed at Cyril. Cyril was going to blow up the flesh monster and try and kill as many of them as possible, but after hearing Cassius's speech, he was like, they may fulfill our objective for us. So let's let them live. And didn't, accepted his death, and who decapitated him?
Cass did it.
Cassius decapitated him.
Yep.
With the sword.
With the sword.
Your saber.
It was a scythe.
Yeah, my trusty saber. It's getting mounted.
Yeah, the rusty scythe.
And then who was it who someone accused Calig? Was it Cassius or was it Tess?
We let Talia do that.
It was Talia, okay.
Kind of started off with it, and then
like someone here is a traitor.
Bum bum bum. And Chrys did the dramatic.
Chrys is like, not it.
Chrys did the dramatic chipmunk turn around, and the camera zoomed in.
That would work for Chrys.
It would, especially if she was in Wolverine form.
Wow, I love that imagery.
Yeah.
But it was much more serious than that.
Yes. Although I now want to see that animated with Chrys like sneakily trotting off through the woods and then doing the turn. So yes, I believe where we left off was the council was the first official council of Weirgate was called into order, and you were about to pass judgment on Calig. So I think what's going to happen is everyone there would be Talia, Nathan, Kale. Was there anyone else? Davine isn't there.
No, Castor, I guess?
Castor.
Hang on. Ruben. No, sorry.
No,
I'm
Ruben's
from
dead.
The long,
Ruben's
long
dead.
Rest.
Yeah.
Dead, yeah.
The wrong list, not the long rest.
Ruben's dead.
Give me a sec, I can pull up.
So we had coming into the parties, obviously Socrates and Gopher, Nathan and Leah, Kale and Savante, Talia and her three, Calig and Lobo, Julian Flax, the court, Castor, and I didn't put
Julian Flax is part of the court, I believe.
Yeah, I think maybe I just didn't write that down properly. And Castor and Andy, but you said Andy left. Old guard Cyril, and then just staff.
Wait, Andy left?
Yes, and Andromeda pieced out.
Huh.
Wait, so did I think
Socrates and
Socrates and Gopher
came
came to visit and just say, like, thanks for the invite, but they
right.
They went off. I think it was was Leah who left, and Andy's
Leah
still
left.
there.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say Andy wouldn't leave without Castor.
Yeah.
My mistake.
So I believe what will happen is the cross triplets will take Calig to your office, like under guard, while you guys figure out exactly how you're going to do things, and then he'll be brought out for basically trial. So everything kind of settles down, and Calig like quietly is led off by the cross triplets, who will be standing guard over him, and I think it would be Nathan says so I think the first point of order or point of business is what exactly we're forming here as a council, right?
I'd say so.
Okay, well, how about we form up in a little circle of tables, and we hammer out terms.
Sounds fair by me. Hamlet, can you?
Yeah, all right. Like some of the tables are kind of like a space is cleared in the middle, and then kind of like just underneath the dais where you were standing with Cyril, who's incidentally still there. You probably will want to do something about that before you open the club again.
Yeah. I mean, basically, once once the tables are set up, I'm gonna ask Gimlet to dispose of him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just kind of like tops it up with the. I assume you want to kill the flesh monster too, or.
Yeah. I mean, if Talia is good with us, we're gonna fucking off that thing. Yeah. Okay. No, thank you.
Did it not die because his blood was connected? It stopped moving anyway, didn't it?
That's right. Yeah. Sorry.
So it's paralyzed.
Teacher's pet over there, remembering everything.
But is it dead or is it just paralyzed?
No, it's no longer functioning. It's effectively dead.
Like dead. I mean.
Yeah. It's not a vampire or like a undead zombie. It would be closer to a zombie, except for the thing that it's more like a golem. The thing that moves it is the blood, and once the blood is
straight up abomination.
Yeah. Well, you probably don't want to throw that term around, Tess, but
okay. You know what? It's anyway, whatever. It's fine.
So the tables are kind of run put round in a semicircle, and Kale and Nathan and Talia all take a seat. Their respective number twos, and aside from the cross triplets, obviously, kind of take position next to them.
I will also suggest that Alex gets a seat at the table.
Okay.
As he's taken over what is essentially the majority of the Old Guard territory.
Marvelous.
As part of our deal.
Thank you very much, Cassius. I have not met all of you yet, but I will endeavor to make a good first impression.
I believe he was part of the Old Guard compatriots, if I'm not mistaken.
Mechanically speaking, not ideologically.
I believe there was some talk of betrayal and.
There was a betrayal, and that was to the inhabitants of this town.
Of course.
And I merely sought to ensure we do not rule over a graveyard of corpses.
Okay.
He was instrumental in helping the city survive. I believe anyone who has taken enough of a brave risk such as he should be allowed to represent, at least in the district that he will represent as well.
Well, and this is Kale talking now. I think we should all present ourselves, and then we can start hashing out exactly what we want to accomplish here and accomplish for the city, and then we can deal with Mr. Callig in the back there. Does anyone have any objections?
No.
Well,
not at all.
I will go first then. And I realise we don't have all of the players here in the city. But for now, I think at the very least we can consider ourselves the forerunners of this side of the river, at the very least. Additional with our friend Mr. Castor, Mr. Grey, over there, who and incidentally, Castor hasn't come to join the circle.
If people want to send representatives to make sure that they're heard in what I assume is now a council, then yeah, we should reach out to them.
Of course.
I also believe that Mr. Castor here will be able to relay the appropriate information to the Wilds, who seem to organize a little differently, but nonetheless, still, I think that's a fair way to do it, Castor.
I will remain neutral until I've spoken to my compatriots back at the home front. I imagine if we do join, it will be a lot of talking and a lot of debating before we even come to the table. If you're alright with it, I'll remain a neutral party to oversee events.
Seems fair.
Thank you. Right. Well, in that case, I am Kael Katen, and I own, or I preside over, a significant part of the maze. Myself personally, I am in favour of independence from all outside forces, and given the arm's length attitude that the Camarilla and the even the Anarchs are treating us with, I don't believe for the foreseeable future they will be encroaching or even trying to actively influence events here. I think it is a good opportunity for us to see how we do with, I guess, independence. And then he kind of sits down.
Wonderful. I am Tess Aquila. I am part of Memoriae. I'm one of the representatives, but we have a few of us here who speak equally on our coteries' behalf. And I too would like to see how we would do without the Camarilla or the Anarchs intervening. And considering how things have been going so far, I think we can do a fairly good job of it.
Nathan Fortuna stands up. I am Nathan Fortuna. I own the center area of the God, my brain. Flipbridge. And I am just very willing to go along with what we're doing here. I am interested to see how it turns out. Aside from that, I think once we've hammered out a few details, everything should run reasonably smoothly. And maybe we can discuss a few of the things that we need to address. And then sits down.
I would not like to butt in, but I will take my turn. I am Alexander Ivor Kavolos, relatively new to town, but it is charming, and I, if you will allow it, and looks towards Cassius while saying that, will take a portion of the old guard's territory, as the flock there are my own already. And I look forward to nothing more but peace and quiet, and a few good books. Though I am curious, as a degree of autonomy seems to have already been given to the various factions, what measures will be put in place in order to maintain a degree of peace? I look forward to your views.
Talia stands up. I am Talia Medici, and I've been wondering since our last official meeting how things would play out. There has been some infighting, but not too much, as I was expecting things to become a lot more brutal. My main concern now is to deal with the snakes across the water and a few of the other people over the river who could be a problem. But I think for now, the best thing we can do is come to an agreement between ourselves, so that there is no extra grief or arguments. And then she sits down too.
Cass stands up. I'm Cassius Banks. I am from Memento, and what I want to see is a city where everyone works for each other, asks for what they need, and works for the betterment of the city. But I also understand that's not entirely possible without a huge amount of work. And while we certainly exist in a vacuum, we've been cordoned off, that's not going to last forever. So someone needs to go and talk to the Anarchs, the Camarilla, people across the river, even before then. What I want to do for the city is, for lack of a better word, work as a diplomat. There are other people here that can do what I've been doing better than I am, especially in Memento.
Okay. I think everyone has taken that. It's just as a sidebar, by the way. The court has the people from the court have drifted off and left after the execution. Just because they'd have no interest in anything that goes on further here.
He probably would have gestured to the door when he was like, talk with people across the river.
Yeah. So, I think the first thing we need to nail down, as it were, is territories. I think as a group, as a council, we should all have one representative from each territory to represent themselves and their interests, and then we can all come to agreements as to, I guess it's similar to perhaps a Primogen council without a prince, but I don't necessarily feel we need any titles like that. I'm not particularly looking to have one person presiding over everything. So I feel, for example, myself, I would, if everyone is all right with it, and well, I think we can discuss Mr. Is it Kellerman?
Kavolos.
Mr. Kavolos's territory momentarily. I'd like to reclaim the section of territory that I gave up to the old guard, at the least.
May I ask for clarification regarding the streets in question? Basically, would that overlap with Alec and his
no, it
interests?
basically it was the top area that was kind of
Oh, sorry, it was Kale, not Nathan speaking. Sorry.
yeah, sorry, it was
brain farted. Yeah, no.
that was speaking now.
I think it would only be polite to return what is yours.
Then I have no personal objections to Mr. Kavolos claiming what I feel he has earned. In regards to the incident with the old guard, I don't believe any of us knew the exact nature of them or what was going on, so we are, to a certain degree, indebted.
You are most welcome. And if I may add, rather joyously, if the Sabbat are to return, I'm sure you will be made aware, as I will be the first to die. I am sure they are quite pissed off.
Well, that's good to know.
Should they ever find out, that is. But I shall pray that is not the case.
Right. So, that's my main question or concern. Are there others?
Something everyone should know is that we couldn't have pulled this off without Sheldon Langdon. We promised him a space of his own.
How about the current area by the river in Hunter's Walk, where the Blessed currently still lay claim?
If he'll accept it.
Obviously, we can all pledge to help him claim the territory. But it would mean that no one would have to give up their own. The other possibility is perhaps some of Calig's territory once we have dealt with him, but I was myself hoping to lay claim to that, well, at least a part of it.
Perhaps
it might
there
be
is
easiest, no? To get Calig's territory, or give part of Calig's territory, old territory, to Mr. Langdon. It is close to his former place of residence anyway.
Well, I would not need all of it, just up to the park. Then the rest could be shared between Mr. Langdon and possibly Mr. Fortuna or Miss Davine. However, I am in talks with her about coming to join me.
We could, of course, ask the gentleman if there are any locations he particularly favors. Perhaps it will make the choice for us. And be incredibly generous. Just a thought. You all know this city.
No, sorry, I just wasn't speaking loudly enough. I tend to agree. Maybe it's worth asking him first. And of course, we can always shift a couple things around if necessary.
Yeah. I think he deserves it.
I was also thinking that we could I believe, Miss Aquila, you had a particular fondness for one of Mr. Calig's
Old clubs, yes.
one of the places he used to rest his head.
Yeah, I have to say I was a little disappointed when it had changed so drastically from what I knew it was before. Old stomping grounds.
Well, if you like, we could see it returned to you, at the very least.
That would be very kind. I would absolutely accept that.
Obviously, it would depend on Mr. Langdon, as I believe currently it would be in his section of territory.
I will ask him then, or I suppose we all will when we suggest some territory for him.
Is everyone else happy with where their borders are? Otherwise?
I have no need for more territory. I have difficulty enough controlling what I already own.
I can imagine. Okay. Then, unless there's anything else, I think that brings us to the question of what we're going to do with Calig.
Kale does say, well, I think something important to address is that we should still maintain our territorial boundaries in regards to the, I guess what you would call the unwritten laws we have. To wit, we should be able to move more freely, however, I wouldn't want to see someone trying to impose their own will or laws in other people's territories. Therefore, I think one of the core foundations we should build this council on is that you may not call for changes or try and enforce your will upon any of the other members of the council without a full vote going through between all of representatives. Also, one of the things that seems a little bit skewed, and I'm sure there is no intention, is the number of Memoriae and Memoriae-affiliated members in the council. I feel we should have one representative for each of the territories, as it were.
Well, we do like to make friends.
For Memoriae itself, there will only be one representative, and as for Memoriae affiliated, well, that remains a different question, I suppose, because affiliations have changed in the past and might change in the future, and I suppose we can't really tell what's going to happen, can we? So what happens, we can't base everyone's votes and their participation on whether or not they're affiliated with us. I'm sure, though Talia has been a great ally to us, that we may still disagree on certain things.
I have a proposal, Talia.
All right.
I will step down as representative of my territory, and Davine will become the representative of, for lack of a better word, the Medici territory. Cassius, I believe myself and you could do good work keeping the outside influences in the Camarilla and the Anarchs and anyone else who would maybe think about coming to take or try and influence us. So we could step away from the council and continue that work. With Davine on the council, considering that she is in the process of taking over her father's inheritance, let's call it, she would be a difficult prospect for anyone trying to overtly tear down the council and tear down Weirgate.
I'd agree to that.
Of course, it would mean that you would not be able to represent Memorie on the council.
Memoria only needs one person to do that.
This is true. Well, in that case, who would be representing Memorie?
I'd ask Tess to do that.
This is a good choice.
Of course, I would not be doing anything without my partner in crime, Chrys. Crime being specifically just the turn of phrase there.
Tash, I sent you a message.
Okay.
It would be both of us together.
Yeah, to the message.
Chrys isn't there.
Or just me then. I guess I'll take her counsel.
If I may ask if I stand independent in all of this, or whether I am assumed a vassal of Memorie.
I believe that, and this is Kale speaking, I believe that the actions you took were individual and it was merely a temporary alliance. Therefore, I'd see no reason if you are to take up a mantle of a territory, a domain, you should have a voice on the council. Therefore, it seems currently that we have Memorie, Mr. Kavolos, Miss Medici, via way of Miss D'Augustino, Mr. Fortuna, and myself as council representatives. I would assume that the Carrion would want a representative here, but I do not believe they will want or require a voice as such.
This sounds most welcoming.
Reasonable?
Of course.
All right. Well, then I suppose then we'll talk about how we are to meet, discuss any issues. Should we perhaps schedule something in various territories so that everyone gets a turn to host? Or I'm happy to host at the club, of course, seeing as it's plenty spacious.
I have a thought. Nathan.
Yeah. I know. It's always gonna be frickin' Nathan.
How about I release out of my territory the Oasis. It can be neutral ground for all of us to convene as and when is necessary. We can clear it out. We could even shut it down and turn it into an unofficial. I would suggest the former Elysium that I took over, but it is a little close to the river, and the Oasis is a little bit more central.
I'm looking around to see anyone else's thoughts.
Everyone seems to be kind of nodding along, like, yeah, no, seems like a decent place if as given any. It's better than having each of us host individually and having to move around. A neutral territory is a much better prospect.
All right.
I have a suggestion. How about the old Elysium?
Well, that's quite close to the river is the only problem. And
More central, though.
it's more central to the city, but not the river.
Isn't the city what we're trying to control?
It is true. If that is our plans, then it would make sense. And
We don't want to leave out the people across the river.
Kale pipes in as well and says, what about if we, if you are willing, Mr. Fortuna, you could cede that territory to Carrion. It would be neutral for all intents and purposes, and it would make them feel more involved and in a better position without being involved in the council directly. If we have their cooperation and possibly loyalty, then everything will be just a little bit easier. And maybe we'll find out about things like flesh monsters and horrific plans to drown the city in blood before it happens.
This would be assuming that Carrion would want to take that position. Haven't Carrion previously been more about making deals and selling the information for all intents and purposes?
This feels like it would be a deal. And not a bad one at that.
Very long term. If
I may
they're all right with
propose,
that, then
I have an alternative, perhaps, but it may not be to everybody's tastes, but perhaps alternating the meat could be of some merit. Everyone would have an opportunity to host.
that is
And
what I, yeah. what
If
I
it were
just
decided
offered.
the night before the meet, it would allow other busy bunnies less time to make plans.
Constantly moving is a good idea. And everyone seems to be in agreement with that.
Change of venue is also interesting.
Alright, I think everyone's in agreement. So, we will alternate the host, and we will continually move the meeting point. It doesn't hurt to be cautious.
Masquerade, I suppose.
So, I believe next up is the question, although I feel like we all have made up our minds of what to do with Calic.
Well, seeing as I'm not going to be the representative for Memorial, I'll just say my piece and leave you to it. But whatever happens, do we really want the first thing we do to be to kill someone?
And Kale chimes in as well and says, I have been thinking that it might be a little bit excessive to execute Calic. He does still have friends. I feel perhaps banishment would be better, and he can take his chances, either leaving the city or moving somewhere else, possibly. He could become a thorn in our side later if he decides to take it too personally, but...
Does he have ties here? Any standing connections? Has he been here long?
His sire was the Ventru Primogen when this was, well, before the incident.
I see. It would seem his return may be inevitable, but not guaranteed.
The majority of the old group who were in charge have fled or died. So he would find more friends away outside the city than here.
Yes. I am torn in truth. Is he a coward or a traitor? Or perhaps some combination of both? And though he would clearly allow the death of the majority within this city, he did not plan to kill them himself. Perhaps a coward could be a fitting title, but...
Quite frankly, I don't have very much time for those who won't work towards the greater goal and protecting the city itself.
I would take no pleasure in this, but it may be safer for survival without his presence, but I would perhaps leave it to a vote, banishment or death. Perhaps our first act.
I think that's acceptable. So, hands up or hands down, I guess. Who would like to see Calig dead? And Talia's hand goes up.
I would not like it, but I feel it may be safer.
Kale and Nathan's hands do not go up.
My hand stays down. Yeah.
Then we are agreed. He shall be banished. And Nathan chimes in and says, if we are also going to be joined by Mr. Langdon, we'll need at least one more person, otherwise we'll have a 3 versus 3 situation going on.
Well, I mean, that is up to the Wilds when they are able to give us a representative.
True, and we may be joined by others on the other side of the river. I believe Mr. Gorburn and the court are still contenders.
I suppose they are. We'll have to wait and hear from them. Or perhaps I can send a messenger on behalf of the council. I mean, they are right across the water. At least Gorban is.
Of course. Well, seeing as we are in your territory, as is current, perhaps you would be willing to escort Calig to the boundaries and inform him of the council's decision.
I would be happy to.
Wonderful. And Nathan says, I suggest for the next meeting, let's say in a couple of weeks, so we can all see how we've settled, we should meet in my territory. I will set up a venue for it.
Wonderful.
And everyone kind of nods agreement.
Well, this has been a very eventful night, and one that is going to definitely be remembered by Memorial for quite a while, and by myself, considering it's the opening of the club. But I hope it goes down in history as a good memory for the city itself.
Of course. If everyone will excuse me, I will head back to my territory and reclaim what I need to. I will see you all soon enough, I imagine. And Kale stands up, bows, and moves off out the side door. Nathan stands up, smiling, nods at Tess, and then turns to Alec and holds out his hand. It's been a pleasure to meet you, and looking forward to having you on the council.
I look forward to working together.
Wonderful. If you ever need any help, I'm just a territory over. Please, feel free to come and visit.
And likewise, if you are in need of any company.
Wonderful. And do you shake his hand?
Yes, of course.
Shakes your hand. As he walks off, he waves at Tess. And Talia walks over to you, Tess, and smiling very slightly, reaches forward to embrace you, not smooshing lips or anything, just kiss on the cheek.
The European.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to working with you. Well, when I can. I will be quite busy, but I hope you will come and at least visit your sister.
I am looking forward to it, and I'm glad to see she's in such good company.
Wonderful. Cassius.
Cassius isn't there.
Oh, okay.
He's gone looking for Chrys.
All right. In that case, she'll say to Tess, well, when you see Cassius, let him know he has a few days to a week, a little time to sort his affairs, and then we'll get to work, and I will expect to see him soon.
I will certainly do so.
Thank you. I will leave...
Fucking affairs? I'm in my head.
Yeah.
What affairs?
I will leave, let's have a look here. Talia. I will leave Julia with you. I will take the other cross siblings with me. So, once you're done
appreciate it.
with Calig, please feel free to send her back to me.
Sounds great. Thank you. Yeah, just might need help carrying him for a little.
Of course. And she goes and grabs Christine and Geston, and they head off out of the out of Sticks and Stones, which leaves Alec, Tess, Gimlet, and the one of the cross, Julia, up there with Calig in the office.
I sit down in a chair, breathe a huge sigh, and just call Chrys.
You didn't come through.
She's not answering. It's just sorry.
I keep calling Chrys.
the phone will be turned off.
Sorry, it just goes to wait.
After the second nope.
Is everything well? Tess.
Well, 2 of my coterie mates have disappeared without a notice, so just another day in the life, I suppose.
Gimlet like comes and sits down and kicks his feet up on one of the tables. Fucking hell, that was like a hell of a night. Not exactly what I was planning for the opening night of Sticks and Stones, but fun nonetheless.
Business and pleasure. And all
Gimlet, apologies.
Cheers.
The lady, I believe, would need a refreshment. Where did you place the champagne?
Well, it's just in the storehouse.
I'll help myself. You clearly worked hard. Enjoy yourself.
All right, cheers,
I
mate.
should bring you a glass, my lady.
I would love that. Thank you.
He's going to go and try and find his swish expensive champagne.
Okay. Yeah, it'd take a little bit of time, but it's stacked up with.
Yep.
some of
If
the
it's
other
not the right
bottles.
temperature, I will put it in the fridge for 10 minutes and wait.
Okay.
Or however you serve champagne. Hydra doesn't know. Gives Hydra a headache.
So you like a princess now or something?
What does that make you, my prince?
I don't think so.
Definitely not too charming, are you? I'm kidding. Fuck, I fucking hope not. How hard is it to just not kill everyone?
I think we did a pretty good job. Only like, what, 2 or 3 deaths? Not too bad.
2 kindred, and I don't think you can consider a flesh monster a life.
Well, they were originally people, weren't they? So,
Yeah, that's
Although-
unfortunate.
yeah.
That one. I blame Calig more, honestly, than anyone else. Well, other than the idiots who fucking made it.
One
But,
bottle of champagne.
Thank you. Fun to know that my sisters have now all split off and joined different people too. Was hoping maybe they would join us.
Or maybe you should have asked.
I didn't know that they would be willing to move around. I did tell Davine a while back that if ever she wanted to be somewhere, she was always welcome with us, but maybe Talia's offer was too good to resist.
And now you're in the Council of Weirgate with the high and mighty of the city. And Nathan Fortuna.
And Nathan Fortuna. I suppose we'll have to figure out what to do with Not So Gorbin.
You didn't tell them about it.
Although, Talia knows. So,
Sheldon seems alright.
he's a weird bird, but he gets on all right. I always worry if he's a plant or something, you know.
No,
or
no.
Nathan, but I think he's just happy to participate. His talents were wasted with that idiot of a the Elysium there, the sheriff or whatever he was.
Right,
God,
yeah.
what a moron. I just don't know.
Perhaps now is not the time, but a little bit of a third wheel in such discussions, being relatively new. Perhaps you would afford me the opportunity of filling me in on your neighbors and such, so that I am less naive. You are deeper in this game than myself. But another time, perhaps I do not want to.
You're always welcome here, Alec. And honestly, so long as the rest of Memoria agrees, I honestly would give you free pass just to walk in our territory and be here.
Marvelous. I shall bring champagne, or at least wine. And I do hope you resolve your familial issues. They sound unsettling.
Exhausting?
Yes.
They were worse.
They were
Really?
worse.
I'm sure quite the tale.
I'll have to tell you one day.
Yes. Loyalty is a tricky thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if loyalty even exists anymore, but then, you know.
Yeah,
there are
cheers.
a few
Just
good ends.
Just sitting right here. Don't mind me.
I
Fucking hell.
was saying, there are a few good eggs. I was clearly looking at you.
And there are Labradors.
And there are Labradors.
There are examples of fiercely loyal creatures in the world, but they are fewer than men and women.
And your birds? I would imagine intelligent birds would be fairly loyal.
To those who feed them, much like people.
Doesn't it always come down to that?
Loyalty can be bought and must be maintained, and if it is not, someone else will take it.
That is true.
So, what's the plan here? Like, you know, just kind of general like.
Well, we need to clean the blood off the stage and everything, so. Do you mean in the immediate, or do you mean long term?
Oh, I was thinking, yeah, like, you know, because Cassius is off. Sorry, he wouldn't talk about that because he doesn't remember Cassius. Well, because as far as I know, like, I mean, you got Chrys, right, and Nahari a little bit. She kind of in and out, and but aside from that, it's pretty much your Memoria now, right?
Oh God, what a thought.
Yeah, I mean, the little tyke and big muscle man, they're heading off soon.
Yep, they're out.
I don't know about Eli, but he'll probably just kick around. He seems happy to do whatever. I mean, I'm here, of course, but, you know.
Well, if Eli's not sticking around, I don't know. He'll go find the next person he thinks is worthy of his loyalty and muscle. So.
You want that I should approach some of Calic's men on the quiet, like, see if they want to slip on over, get a little bit of security in that.
Yeah, and honestly, see if any of Gorbin's people.
Right.
Because if they have nobody.
Well, tell you what, I'll get on that now, and then hopefully I'll beat the rush.
Sounds
Simply
good.
Treat them better than he did. There is a high probability there will not be an issue.
Alright, Chief, well, I'll go do that, and we'll see where we get to.
Yep, I'm gonna have to go figure out what to do with this body. I have an idea.
I would be happy to assist if you like, but by all means, if this is something you have done before, then I will step aside.
It is, but I might need Cass's help, unfortunately. So I'll have to see where he's at.
I do wonder, The head was severed, was it, from the body?
Calig? No, Calig is still alive.
Cyril.
No, sorry, there's Cyril.
Oh, Cyril, yeah.
Officially putting an end to the old god completely, aside from technically Alec, but I'm assuming you're not going to be referring to your territory as the old god.
No, I'll find some other name that... Yes.
Yeah.
I see. Perhaps morbid of me, but I would not mind a keepsake. I wonder if Cyril has a... I will find something in the office, I'm sure, to remember such villainy.
Anything to get it out of my club, honestly. Just... It'll probably be disposed otherwise, so by all means. You want to hang it up? Go for it.
I will perhaps assist. There may be a day that it comes in use. Maybe not.
I'm curious to see how you'll make use of it, but I suppose that's a conversation for a later date.
By the way, before you started talking, Gimlet kicked off and headed out. So
yeah, that's... I figured.
I think Alec isn't sure right now how he's going to do this, but I think he would be fairly interested in getting a box and keeping Cyril's head.
There are
likely in a basement or somewhere like that.
I'm sure there's like lots of old alcohol boxes and stuff where things came in, and you can just take one of those and put it in there.
Marvelous. We shall consider it a party gift.
I think, wow, if there was ever a loot bag.
Yes.
Fitting.
Indeed. Is there anything else I may assist you with?
No. I'm... Honestly, I could just sleep and...
Of course.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But thank you for the champagne and also for saving the city, quite frankly.
Not a problem. I would perhaps suggest that we schmooze a little with our fellow voters. Perhaps Mr. Cale seems incredibly reasonable. Matters will be voted on, and as we have said, loyalty may be bought, so...
I'll be honest, I don't really know how to interact with Cale very well. Malkavians have always kind of eluded me.
He seems strangely focused. I've not met many Malkavians, but perhaps the lure of business is enough to steady his ship. Well, I will make my own attempts, and if I fail, then I will have myself to blame. And best of luck with your family.
Thank you, Alec. I appreciate you.
I'm sure things will right themselves or make themselves clear. At the very least.
Let's hope so.
I shall bid you adieu. I shall take my crate with a head and stroll home.
okay.
And I will call Cass.
Would you like to deal with Calig first?
I want to deal with Calig in a way that Cass needs to help me with.
Okay.
Cass picks up.
Well, before we do that, I think it's probably because we don't know the situation that Cass is currently in, because Cass is gone and he is looking for Chrys. Okay, so Chrys, where have you gone?
Back to the parlor to pack a bag.
Okay. I'm trying to like Cassius left pretty reasonably soon. How it probably wouldn't take Chrys long to like
throw some things in a rucksack and.
Would you like to decide this amongst yourselves whether Cassius gets? Because I imagine Cassius would go to check at the parlor.
That would be the first place.
Yeah.
Like if she's not there, then that's really worrying.
Yeah. So I think it will either come down to a roll or you guys deciding. So are you wanting to decide between yourselves like? It would basically come down to, would Chrys pack and run off really quickly, and do you think Cassius would make it in time to...
She's not rushing.
Okay.
It's just like, it's time to... I just need to have
Yep.
a break. Like,
Yep.
Does Cass catch her as she's on her way out the door or something then?
yeah. Like, rucksack over their shoulder, like, in
Ooh.
the entryway of the,
I'd think almost like walking down the street away from the coterie, well, away from the salon, just like kind of like down the street you spot her, and then it'd be Cassius's move as to whether she's got like a sling bag over her shoulder.
Yeah, Cass shouts after you.
Okay. So you hear Cassius.
Chrys.
what Cass, she's not stopping walking. She's just carrying on.
You know I'm not that fast. You're gonna have to slow down.
Well,
Please. He like does an awkward
vaguely,
little
like,
jog.
Like a awkward speed walkie type thing.
Yeah.
Stop power walking quite so fast. Slow down. But it's
Okay.
not stopped.
Yeah. He walks alongside Chrys. Where are you going?
Just I haven't decided that yet. I just need to not be here right now. It's horrible. There's too much going on. There's too much where I have to like go and fight people, and then it goes wrong, and then people die, and then people get turned into Kindred, and it's just not okay.
A lot of people have been hurt around us. I guess it's not okay.
And I guess about it, like it's not okay.
I sometimes forget how easy it is to ignore all the horrible shit happening. I think it's part of the clan thing.
To color this very slightly for you, Cassius, you will flash momentarily to you sitting on the hill as the sun's coming up, and how close that was.
Take it from someone who has done a lot of horrible shit and hurt a lot of people. That doesn't have to be you.
But it keeps happening.
Yeah.
And how are you supposed to deal with it when you freaking punch someone a hole in their head?
I'm gonna look at her hand. Like, is it still got bits of brain on it?
It's stained a little bit, but it's not as it's not like bits and pieces. It's just a little bit.
It's not chunky. Like I know that we needed. Like I know that we needed to stop the old guard, but it's too much.
There's always stuff you can do. You're a brilliant fighter, but if you want to help people you love, your friends, the city, whatever you care about, fighting isn't the only answer. And when you fight, it doesn't have to be violence.
I'm not good with the politics and the dancing around the words. I can't even freaking lie properly. Or just.
I've lied constantly, and I don't think any of the things that I've avoided telling people have made the world better. It's just either made me feel better or it's gotten me what I want. The lies, the fighting, the politics, that's greed at work. That's self-interest. And you have something that I truly envy. You give a shit. So make a noise about it.
What and be I don't know how to do that, Cass. I don't know how to navigate all this and territories and council and princes and
well, I don't think you need me to tell you how to do it. You've been pretty safely avoiding all your responsibilities for a while now. So
that's hardly fair.
Is it true?
We literally just fought the old guard and
yeah, exactly, Chrys. You stepped up.
And had a horrific experience.
Learn from
fist
it.
Literally through the head, Cass. I don't think you understand.
I trust you when you say you put your fist through someone's head. Learn from it. Tell people what you need, what you never want to do again. Because if you run away, then they'll get to keep doing it. But if you make a noise and you tell them that you do give a shit, and you don't want to break open people's heads anymore, then there's a bigger chance that they won't.
Cassius, your phone vibrates. Just once. Message.
Oh, there's a message. I look at who it's from.
It is from Terry. It just says, hey! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. I turned the guy who I was interrogating. He's now a mole for me, and he says there's some activity in these people.
More politics. The blessed at it again.
This is what I mean. It just never ends. Why is there just big old evils that we have to have issue with and deal with? Like, why do we have to deal with it? Why
Someone else would fuck it up. You know why I'm dealing with the blessed? I see in them everything that made my life hell until the day that I met Winnie. They use people. And I also see in them everything that I almost became. Until I met Winnie. It could have been me over the river. Using people, giving them what they think they want, and telling them how great I am.
It's hard to know what's right when you always think you're right, you know? And I'm sure they think they're right.
I'm sure they do. One of us will win in the end. Either I'll die and they do something horrible to the city, maybe Nahari, or I drive them out of Weirgate. I do it on principle.
Well, we can't have Nahari. Sorry, I saw Josh smile. Well, I just don't want to. I don't want to be the muscle all the time, and I don't know what else I can do other than, yes. Yeah, okay. Argue about it.
What do you want?
Well, I didn't want to be Kindred. So, everything after that, it's dealing with what we are now. And then, like, forever's a long time.
Forever's a long time. If you don't want to be Kindred, I almost decided I didn't want to be Kindred. And I sat on a hill until sunrise.
Well, I'm not. I didn't want to become one. I don't want to not.
It's too late.
I know, but it doesn't mean I know what I want. I want to live and to not hurt as many people as I can. Obviously, it's part of.
You want to protect people?
Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Do you want to start with Nahari?
This is turning back on the old guard, isn't it? The blessed, isn't it?
If you wanted to. I hold out my phone.
I'll read the text message. Right, for goodness sake.
If you need pointers on navigating this shit, you can come to me. But otherwise, I recommend what you do what you always do. You tell the truth. Tell Tess. Tell Alex. They'll understand.
What if they don't think I have a use anymore?
Well, Alec is new, so if he thinks that, then he's just wrong. But he's smart, so I doubt it. Tess loves you. Love isn't about use.
I'll try. I'll try.
It's
At
not
this
telling you to
point,
do
your
this.
phone starts ringing.
Oh, well, you've got my phone. Do you want to get that?
It's Tess.
Okay. I'll answer the phone. Hello?
Chrys?
Hi.
I've been calling your phone for the last like hour. Where are you? Where have you been?
Home. And then with Cass.
Okay, that was my next question. Considering you have his phone, I guess that makes sense. Okay, well, we're just cleaning up here, but I needed Cass to help me figure out what to do with Calig. I figure wait, why are you two together?
Because we were having a chat.
Oh.
So did the council not decide what to do with Calig?
Oh, yeah, we're going to banish him from the city instead of killing him.
That's good.
But I'm not going to do that.
What do you think that you're going to do instead?
Well, considering how shitty he's been and that he wanted to essentially let us all die, I figured that maybe Gravestone could have him. And then it's still technically banishment, right? Like, it's just banishment.
No,
in a
it's
different
not
way.
technically banishment if you get him killed by Gravestone.
It's not killed.
And
It's more
decide
like
against the entire council that you literally just made.
they're not gonna know.
I'm gonna
Cassius,
know.
You would have heard that.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
This is what I
just
mean,
goes,
Cass. Look,
Tell her.
you've just made this council. You've just agreed. The first thing you've agreed, Tess. Banish Calig. You are not the judge of every kindred in the city.
I'm barely the judge of myself. I mean, fuck.
Exactly. So how can you decide that Calig needs to die over everyone else deciding?
Well, he's technically already dead.
You know what I mean.
Chrys,
Oh,
if you want, you can roll a frenzy, or you can just.
I don't think not yet.
I would say if you don't basically walk away from the conversation, you'll need to.
Yeah.
So
Okay, fine. I mean, I'll lead him to the border and let him go. It just seems like a waste. He's gonna die anyway.
You don't know that, and you don't get to make the decision. That's not the point.
You do know that if you leave here, people who leave here die, right?
That was that you know of ages. You're not killing him. Okay. Goodbye.
do you hang up or pass
Yeah.
the phone to Cassius? Okay, hang up.
He's not getting a phone until Chrys
Burp, burp.
tells him. So I think you heard that, and don't take it to Gravestone with Calig. It would be great, Cass, after this lovely conversation that we've just had. Please.
Hey, it sounds like you're facing up to what you
Now
want.
it's not the time.
I'm helping, right? I won't let her meet with Gravestone.
Thank you. I should give him his phone back.
Okay.
Oh, cheers. Well, it sounds like you might want to go.
And make sure she doesn't, kill him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for wanting to leave.
Sometimes it's just easier to get away for a bit and not have to think about anything other than where'd that deer go? Instead of everything you say can be twisted and used against you, or every time you eat or fight, someone might be dead.
There's a lot of shit to deal with.
And I don't... You literally just made the decision not to kill Calic.
I mean, I guess they did, yeah. If she wanted our help with that, she probably should have just lied to us. But circling back around to the beginning of the thing, just callbacks, writer's technique. Would you like me to come with you, or because I've got to go?
I mean, where are you going?
Well, unless you want to help, I'm going to go say hi to Etienne or Kateri or both, whichever. I don't know.
Do you want help? Because I'm sure I can shout at Tess quickly.
You know, I'll call you later. I would love some help.
Okay.
So, Cassius is heading to Kateri. Chrys is heading to Tess.
And Chrys is turning her phone back on because Cassius just said to her.
Okay. In that case, Cassius, you start heading over in the direction of where Kateri is. It's a little hideaway that she texted you. Chrys, as you're walking back, you hear footsteps, like next to you.
Next to me?
Yeah.
Obviously I'm gonna...
Like, after you walk for a bit, and then suddenly you're like, huh. And there's footsteps next to you.
Spin and look who it is.
Alright, kid. So...
Is that Kafka?
Kafka.
What do you do? Hello?
Alright, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. I was waiting for whoever that bloke was you were chatting to bugger off.
How long have you been there? Also, why are you... No, like, it's nice to see you.
Yeah.
Why are you not... Do you don't want to tell us that you're arriving? Because I was having a private conversation.
I didn't listen.
Is he lying?
Wits insight?
Yeah. Like, every time Kafka said, like, he must have been listening. Oh, I knew it too.
No, seems to be telling the truth.
Okay. That was just a friend.
Right.
And yeah. What's up?
Sounded like you were going to have a rough day, so I figured I'd drop in and offer you a chat.
Yeah, it's been a rough day already.
Yeah.
I mean, we've solved the issue of the... Oh, God.
Congratulations.
Wow. Yeah. So, woo. That happened.
Right.
And now there's a council, and now I have to yell at Tess again.
What for?
making decisions that are disagreeable. And
Right.
not, and this is not the time for like, but if it just because they can do the thing that I can't, that's not this is not one of those examples.
What do you mean?
Like making the hard decisions or something. It's not one of those times.
Right. I mean, I didn't think it was.
Well, I'm just telling you that it's not.
Okay.
So that's why she needs to be told, I guess.
Fair enough. So, what's the reason why you're all scattered?
It's punched someone through the head. That wasn't very nice. It's kind of chunky and disgusting, actually. Didn't mean for that to happen.
Right.
And then it was very red. And then everyone's very calm. Everyone's very calm. And there's something about dust. I don't really know what happened with the other thing. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Busy night.
So you're now going off to deal with it?
Yeah. I mean, okay, this is the next problem that has arisen.
Right.
Which never seems to end.
So,
but it's fine.
I mean, what does it have to do with you?
Well, I live here.
Yeah?
And we've made an agreement as Memoriae.
Did you make an agreement, or is this something where, yet again, you just went with the flow?
Well, I agree with the agreement.
Sure.
And then Tess's just...
But, like, what stake do you have in it?
Well, I live here, and I want to not have death all the time. So it seems like collaboration would be a good idea. Do you not agree?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out why you never take any time for yourself.
I take time for myself.
When?
And Chrys is thinking, like, all the time she's actually gone and done something fun, it's because she's been, like, so angry that she just needed to run away. And it's like... And then the other time is when Aidan was a human and they played on his Xbox and she kicked it.
Yep.
And that went well. When was the last time you had time for yourself?
Right now.
Then right now I'm having time for myself.
But you're not, because you're going off to talk to one of your coterie mates again about some bullshit that they're doing again.
What's
to sort out shit.
Here, Kafka?
I just want you to take some fucking time off.
The world is ending, probably. I don't know if it is.
No, it's not. I'd know. Sorry. It's sad because it's true.
Well, I mean, like, how am I supposed to have time off when there's the old guard to deal with? Wasn't. And then now the blessed are causing issues again. You know, being not dead seems like a good reason to, like, a work goal.
What does that even fucking mean?
It means...
Look, I'm not trying to talk you into anything. I'm just saying, is what you're going to go and do now really particularly important? Or is it that you're now feeling like you have to mum everyone again and sort everyone who's out of control or doing something you feel like they shouldn't?
Well, yes, but she is my friend. And
right.
I think once you get to your friends need to tell you when they're fucking up.
Did you tell her?
You're fucking up. I'm telling. That's why I'm going to go now.
You were just on the phone with her.
Well, sometimes she doesn't.
Right, so you're going over to tell her something you've already told her because you need to make sure that she's doing the thing that you told her to do.
Yeah, I need to make sure.
Because you told... Right. Instead of what you wanted to do.
My plan was not fleshed out. It was just not be there.
Right.
So...
Where were you going?
Left. I don't know. I didn't really have a plan in mind.
Do you want a plan?
Yeah, what's Kafka's imaginary plan for Chrys's enjoyment where there's no bless, no old guard, no excessive violence?
Go out into country. That little temple place that your sire owns. Hide out there for a week or so. Enjoy the countryside. Chase some bunnies. Fuck. Sounds fun.
I know you're in Carrion, but like, how do you guys know about that?
Well, we know your sire. So.
Freaking everyone knows about
Everyone needs information, Chrys.
Are you dropping hints again?
I'm off duty. I'm taking some time for myself and trying to check up on a friend who I feel like has dug herself into a little hole. No offense.
And yeah, I was gonna say I didn't dig it myself, but I kind of did.
Yeah. You have a tendency to talk yourself into, or let yourself be talked into things that you don't want to do.
Well, I'm standing up for myself right now.
Really?
You're trying to talk me into going to chase bunnies.
No. I'm suggesting it as something that you might actually enjoy, instead of doing something you feel you need to do again and again and again. Ad nauseum, until you realise that you don't actually have a life, on top of not having a life.
That's rude.
Oh, fuck.
Stop being so sensible. It's not endearing.
Anything else you want to talk about? Right.
Well, I'm supposed to be dealing with my problems, right, Kafka? So I can't ask you about yours.
I'm fine. Kushti.
Must be nice. Look, I mean, you might have a point.
I usually do.
And I don't want to prove you right because that's annoying. But I feel like we do have to deal with the bless, because I don't really want my friends to die because I'm chasing bunnies.
Right.
And then maybe bunnies after.
Hey, if you want to put it off, sure.
I know there's always another thing and another thing and another thing and another thing and another thing, and then.
Tell you what. If you bypass what you're about to do now and head straight out there, if I catch wind of anything going down, I'll let you know. And you can rush back to save your friends who cannot survive without your inestimable company. Deal?
Tell me in a very timely manner.
As soon as I find word, you will know almost instantly. Still got the same phone, right?
Alright. What do you want from me in that?
Why would I want anything?
Well, it's a deal, like it's
Told
very
you.
official terminology.
I told you, I'm off duty. I'm just here as a mate.
Chrys is like very tempted.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you hear. Yeah.
Before I hear.
Well, that's not possible, so that doesn't even make sense.
We'll see.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. And she's gonna set off jogging, I guess, and then gradually get speedier as she goes through. Bye, guys. Off to hang out. Not with you.
Okay.
Oh.
So Chrys starts running. Gets to the edge of the city. You want to shift?
Can I carry my backpack?
Sorry?
Can I carry my backpack?
Yeah.
And then yes. Off we go. I'll rouse for that.
Shifts into a Wolverine. And starts... You heading off to the temple dojo type area.
Yeah, no one's there, so...
Yeah. And we fade off as Chrys runs off. Bypassing the visit to Tess. And, yeah.
Sorry, guys. Don't die.
Okay. Well done, Chrys. Got a little R&R for yourself. And sorry, Cassius, that I circumnavigated your advice.
Well, she did put her foot down, and he was right. If she doesn't listen on the phone,
Yeah.
what else is there going to be?
Yeah, I mean, Cass's advice was like, follow your heart. Like, he doesn't.
Yeah.
If Chrys leaves, that's probably what's best for her. You know.
So, Tess, what do you just to touch base with you? What are you gonna be doing? Wait, was Cassius? You weren't going to go talk to Tess, were you?
No, because he
Okay.
thought Chrys was going to.
In that case, Tess, you sit there for a while and not much happens.
I guess I will bring Calig to the edge of the territory, edge of the city, boot him out, gon' get, and just wait until he walks away. And watch.
Okay.
With one of the triplets just with me.
Julia would probably, see him off and then toddle off by herself.
Yep. And then I will be in the forest. And I guess I'll be walking around for a little bit. And just kind of chilling. And I'm trying to remember the story that Cass says. I don't know if I can remember it, so I'm just get frustrated and eventually just keep walking back towards home.
Okay.
I'm taking my time though, like I'm enjoying the evening air.
Yeah. All right. Cassius. He heads over to Kateri's domicile, which is basically just a little flat. You just gonna go in, knock door?
Yeah.
It's very, very bare in there when she opens the door. It's like, low lighting. Hey.
Evening.
You didn't reply.
I thought I'd come see you first.
Come in.
So, how'd you manage to convince him?
I tortured him for a few days and then told him that if he gave me up or betrayed me, I'd do much, much worse.
Hmm.
How's Atian doing?
I haven't heard from him. Have you?
Not for a few days.
Cass gets out his phone and messages Atienne. Just says hello.
Yeah, he his reply comes reasonably quickly. He just says, in a meeting, we'll text back soon.
Okay, well, at least it seems like he's alive.
Good. Oh, yeah, so why I asked you, well, why I messaged you, it seems like there's been being some activity at the puzzle box.
The puzzle, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of activity?
They've been told to gather up like boxes and they've been moving crates in trucks for like the last few hours.
Oh. Like moving them out or moving them in?
Moving them out.
Might have to do something quickly then. Do you know what's in the crates?
No. Just that the guy I have inside now is not in deep, but you know, sees things effectively.
Right. As long as Atienne's safe from getting forced to leave. What do you recommend we do next?
I mean, the most likely answer is either they're moving something they don't want anyone to have, or they're relocating, or they're running away. I don't really know what's...
Yeah. Fortunately, that makes them vulnerable. I've got a friend. I'm going to need your help, and hopefully we can go get Atienne. I'm going to go and leave a message for Nahari saying there's stuff from the Blessed. It's they're leaving, or stuff from them is leaving. So if you want to take it from them, now's the time.
Okay.
If you need my help, I've got some people on the inside, and yeah, you can give their numbers and
the necessary.
Yeah. Come with me.
Okay.
Let's show me where the stuff is. We'll take a look.
Well, it's all inside the puzzle box.
Oh, it's all in the puzzle box right now? Okay.
There was do you remember the explosion?
I was there to witness it.
After that happened, there was a lot of activity for a bit, but it didn't seem to be. It was mostly bringing things in to the puzzle box. Since then, it's been very quiet, and like activity has simmered a little bit, or at least you know, from the outside, the visuals. But yeah, no, in the last day or so, it's been a bit more obviously active.
Okay. Cass is going to wait until he hears from Etienne
Okay.
that he's out of the meeting.
You don't eat or anything?
Cass doesn't need to, I don't think. No.
I'll just make something for me then, if you don't mind.
Feel free.
Okay. Goes off to make some food for herself. After about, probably about 45 minutes, you get a message from, Atian basically saying, okay, I'm out.
Cass is gonna say, come to where Kateri is and tell me what you know.
Okay. After a little bit, probably about 30 minutes, there's a knock at the door.
Yeah, Cass goes to the door and opens it.
Atian's there. Hi, do you mind if I come in?
Yep.
Okay. Kateri, hello. Hey. So, it seems, I don't know what, Kateri has learned, but it seems like the people that you've asked us to keep an eye on are planning on moving away from the city. I think that was probably my last meeting with them.
They
As
don't wanna take
otherwise,
you with them or anything.
otherwise I would have to go with them. I assume your interest in them does not lie past the city?
Oh, it does.
Oh. Well then, it appears there are multiple cells of this organization spread all the way around the world. Specifically, Southern Europe for the most part, with a few organizations trying to spread out up north. This was one of the attempts. Down into the north of Africa and into the Middle East majorly. They are also attempting to set up branches off in the United States and so forth, but so far have not committed to that decision yet. And you see Kateri like in the corner, like scowling at him, like motherfucker.
Okay. I want to ambush one of the trucks when it leaves. Either of you want to help me do that?
They're both like, yes, of course. Like almost in unison.
Let's go then.
Okay, lead on.
And Cass is going to lead them through to a place out of sight of the puzzle box, but is on a route out of the city where, you know, if that's what they seem to be doing, or Etienne and Kateri seem to think that that's the direction they're going to lead.
Yeah, most of them head out of that road, past the encroaching wilds and through, because one thing that they'd both be able to tell you and would probably come up is that the Blessed aren't aware that the encroaching wilds even exist. So, yeah, but they head out that way past Tess's mum's garage and all that. So, and then out of the city that way.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna set up an ambush for one of their transports there, I suppose.
How would you like so Atian and Kateri are human.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously don't carry weapons with them. So like my wonder is like how you want to set up, and is this for something you want to do like tonight, or are you just observing right now?
If they come through, he's gonna spring the trap.
Okay.
It's basically it. He's going to prepare until it happens.
Okay. It's probably quite late. Just given everything that's happened today, I would say, like, before you head out there, I would say that it's like getting closer to morning. Just because, you know, we had the thing at like 2 or 3 a.m.
That was like
yeah.
3 in the morning. Okay. Oh.
So like the likelihood is that they would thinking about that, like they would tell you no more are going out today, and then you know.
Okay. In that case, he wouldn't go out there just yet.
Yeah.
He would get them both together and just say, so do either of you think you've passed the test?
I think I did okay. I think I did good. As Atian and Kateri, respectively.
After I asked, did either of you check up on each other?
What did you ask them? Just refresh my
Oh, it
memory.
was a few sessions ago. So at one point they were like, still working on it. And he was like, hey, how's the other one doing? And they were like, fuck if I know. and he just kind of left it at that.
Atian says yes, and Kateri says yes.
He's just gonna leave a long pause.
A little bit.
You know, our clan can't survive without each other. You know that, right?
We do.
So oh my god, I've already forgotten which one's which.
Atian is the guy, Kateri is the girl.
Yeah. Okay, so it is that way around. Okay. Atian, you're pretty sensible. You were quiet. You were cautious. And you were a genuine asset to me. And I'm sure you are to the rest of the clan and the tribe. But the problem is, our curse, it makes things harder. Emotions are meant to be felt. And a friend of mine has recently shown me exactly what it means to deal with them when you're a kindred. I can't have someone turned that would entirely lose themselves to the world and how they feel about things. That is a very good way to make bad decisions based on whatever your interpretation of logic might be. Also, I feel like Kateri, I could teach you a crap ton of things.
Okay.
In the next few nights, I'll muster up the courage to turn you into a kindred. So, I suppose prepare. But before that, I'm going to need your help ambushing one of these blessed fuckers.
Cool. How?
There's this very cool thing where we can slow stuff down. And I'm going to do that to one of their cars. When I do that, you jump inside, kick the shit out of the driver, and then we take a look inside.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah?
And Atien says, I'm not sure I completely understand your reasoning, but it is to the elder to decide on who to turn. I will go back to the tribe and let them know that the ritual has been completed and everything observed how it should be.
Thank you. I can only really apologize.
It is understandable. I was told that I was already a bit too emotionless for the...
If it counts for anything, you'd fit right in.
Our people would like you to come and visit them when you have some time. You know that you're always welcome at home.
I think I need to go home sometime soon. I'll have the, well, I'll have a reason, and I'll have a way, I suppose.
Very well. Well, in that case, hopefully I will see you and Terry back at home none too soon. And he, moves over to Terry and gives her a hug, and she whispers something in his ear.
Is it Yabu sucks?
If you'd like, you could see if you pick it up.
I'll try.
Wits awareness.
No, I don't hear it. That's about as cast as you can get. Completely oblivious.
Yeah. And kind of bids farewells, and you also probably have to head off to get some sleep. And Kateri says, well, I'll be nearby. I'll stay here until you decide when you want to move on the whole kicking butt.
Cool. Yeah. Cass is going to think to himself, the next morning, or the next evening, even when he wakes up, I think the first thing he needs to do is go and turn Kateri.
Okay. So, Tess, probably just worth checking in with you. I assume you eventually toddle back to the salon? Or would you come back to the club?
Yeah, I go back to the salon. I'm assuming like nobody's there, so I'm kind of just like, other than maybe Nahari.
Cassius would be.
Oh.
I'm assuming you go back to the salon, Cassius.
So, is Chrys just staying out there, or?
She didn't come find you?
No, was she supposed to?
That's what she should have said she'd do.
I mean, I don't see why she would. She kind of gave me enough of an earful of it over the phone, so.
Oh, so wait. Did you kill Calig?
No, I didn't kill Calig.
Wow. Well, wherever she is, I'm sure she'll be back soon.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be a fighter anymore.
She never wanted to be a fighter.
Still really good at it.
I'm really good at racing cars and stealing them, but I don't get the opportunity to do it as much, I guess. She's actually good at fighting. She's just been enough shitty scraps that she doesn't like it.
Yeah, she put her hand through someone's head.
You know Nahari? I'm
aware
assuming
of her.
Nahari was probably still around somewhere, gone to sleep, but
Yeah.
you know Nahari disintegrated a girl today, right? And I watched her disintegrate in front of me.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
You know,
we
I'm
all
gonna...
got our shit.
Yeah, we do. It's easier together, though. I'm going to have a vamp kid, I guess. I'm going to turn someone into a vampire tomorrow.
Gross. But okay. Children are gross.
More angry than gross.
Why?
Just, I don't know. I don't think she'll see it as gross.
Oh, are these your two little minions or whatever that
Yeah, the minions.
Ugh. Which one did you choose? The loudmouth or the sullen one?
Loudmouth.
Really? Oh. One against my bet.
Oh. Why? Why did you bet that way?
Well, sullen one's a little bit more your style. Seems a little bit more level-headed.
Oh.
Hmm.
No, she got shit done, and I guess she wants it. She actually thinks being a vampire would be good.
God, if I could switch places with her.
The door dingle dingle, and then there's footsteps as someone walks down the stairs.
Did we ever get a lock for that door?
Who knows? We had Eli.
It
honestly.
was locked.
Oh.
Oh.
Cass stands up.
And Saturday
Chrys?
walks down the stairs.
Oh.
Looks
Hey.
kind of drawn a little bit, as far as you can tell.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. I'm just going to use my room.
Yeah, I heard about the blessed.
You're not going... Oh, wait, I wouldn't know that. Never mind. What happened with the Blessed?
Nothing. They're leaving.
They're leaving.
What do you mean they're leaving?
They're packing
The city?
Mm-hmm.
How are they leaving the city? They're not going to make it out.
Well, they'll have some help. They have apparently a network of cells on the outside, so they've probably got a hand through that. We're going to ambush them tomorrow night.
Oh, that's good.
Joy.
As for how they will get out, I assume it is the same way they got in. From what I can tell, they were let in.
And they're going to be let out.
Pretty much.
Those fuckers. You mean the Camarilla did that?
It seems to be so, yes.
Huh.
I've got words for them.
Great. So Camarilla hates us then.
I would
indirectly.
Say, more likely that they thought that the city itself existing was a threat, so they tried to throw a monkey in the works.
Yeah, real monkey that was. Great.
Is there anything else that we need to touch on? I would very much like to.
Yeah, let me give you a quick recap. My club opened. The old guard who were making flesh monsters are no more. They're all gone. Calig, who basically let them slide under the radar, has been banished. There's now a council of Weirgate, of which I'm on, Talia's on, Nathan Fortuna's on, a bunch of others. It seems as though Divine and Hell are going to be joining Talia. Yeah, anyways, so big steps. Oh, and Alec, the Birdman, I don't know if you met him. Anyways, he used to be part of the Old Guard. He helped us take him down. He's going to be taking over some of the Old Guard's territory. And Sheldon Langdon's going to get some territory. So, all in all, a very productive night. And only 2 people died.
Oh, that's good.
Well, 1 person died that I know of. Oh, maybe a few more, actually. Never mind. Anyway.
Thanks for
Good night.
summarizing all my hard work in like 30 seconds. Good night.
Your hard work.
Our hard work.
Oh, Cassius, Winona was from, originally from somewhere in the United States, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if tomorrow we could talk about where I could find his people. I would like to leave for a little while, and I would like to go there to visit.
I can help with that.
Okay. Feel free to do a wits insight if you like. Depends if you like feel like you picked up on anything or.
Well, yeah, he's not acting normal.
No, he's quite subdued.
Yeah, I'm going to rouse check. Oof.
Hunger.
That's 2.
You definitely notice that he's a little subdued. Not really the particular, like, you know,
Thing.
not like his mood or his or anything past that. Just kind of like a bit subdued, a bit off from normal.
Saturday, I've spent the evening helping people who want to run away from the city. It takes its toll on people. You have to do something you didn't want to do.
Wait, what do you mean, Cass?
Look at the poor boy.
Wait, no, but what do you mean you helped other people who were gonna run away? Were your kids gonna run away? Because that doesn't seem like them.
I'll
Okay.
tell you in a bit.
Well, you know what? In this instance, please give me a charisma persuasion.
Okay.
It's been a long time since we've done anything with, like, we don't need it for you guys interacting with each other, so.
Can I add or to that?
In this instance, I say probably no. Unless you're like beaming down on him, like. Grrrr!
Nah, I guess
This
not.
feels a little bit more subtle than that.
I'm gonna rouse check again.
Okay.
Oh god, Cass is hungry.
Well, no, you don't get because you already rouse checked. It's the same scene. You'd still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charisma. That's better.
Well, as you know, I was hiding out among some of the Sinbloods in crap, what's the north of Weirgate called? Sunnytown. And I found out that they were responsible for the fire. The original fire that killed Winono and some of the other elder Kindred. Most of them have moved on or gone to ground in other places. But I found the man who was... He was not really responsible, but he was, I guess, protecting them. So, I am a little bit sad. It was not his fault. He was looking after his people, but ultimately he was also responsible. A bit more blood for me before I leave.
Was that drag?
Hmm.
Hmm. Well. Certainly a decision you made.
It is one extra kill that does not really add to my number. It does not really make too much of a dent, and therefore it worries me.
Worries me too.
Yeah, and why I would like to leave somewhere where there is not a need so much for a while. It would be nice to take stock for myself and maybe go a little while without murder.
I just look at Tess with like a what the fuck kind of.
Yeah, after he says that, he goes into his room, like shuts his door quietly.
You okay?
Oh yeah, just Andy.
Sorry,
I don't need you to fix my problems, Cass. I know you got your own.
I am here to help if you need it.
You have your own things to deal with, like turning a baby vampire or whatever.
That's annoyingly probably the easiest thing I've done since we all got here.
Right. Piece of cake.
Yep. What's up?
I'm tired. I mean, aren't we all? Also, it would have been really easy to just go to Gravestone, but I don't know how to get in there, so, you know.
I can tell you how to get there.
Cool. Thank you. Wait, why? What? I thought that was supposed to be like your secret little thing. Hold on.
I might not need it for much longer.
Oh my god, are you dying? Wait, can we get sick?
No, I'm gonna be around. I'm just not. I'm gonna be busy working for the city, for my tribe. I'm gonna be elsewhere.
Right. Boning Talia. Cool. Right? Am I right? You're probably
Maybe.
going to be going over. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
maybe.
So Talia takes my sister and you.
Talia.
And then my other sister goes to Nathan. And then Chrys gets mad at me because I'm trying to, you know, appease an old god. So, you know.
Do you not want me to go to Talia?
You know what? I don't care, Cass. I don't care. You know what? You're going to do what you want anyway. And, you know, you're as stubborn as Winnie was. So it doesn't matter what I say. You're going to do what you want anyway. So.
Well, maybe this one last time you'll tell me what you want, and maybe I'll do it.
I want to find my dad. I don't know where he is, but I feel like if I find him, maybe, just maybe, people won't leave or disappear. Or like take my words out of, you know, context and then get mad at me and then go to the one person that I don't want to be trusting at all. Or steal my car.
I'm gonna help you find your dad.
No, you can't.
I'm gonna try and leave. I'm gonna try
Cool.
and get out of the city and then come back.
It's your funeral. Again.
Or I could stay here. It's up to you. I've got lots to do in either place.
You have enough shit to deal with. I have to help Nahari figure out what the fuck's going on with her disintegrating bodies thing, and then I don't know.
You'll do it. I believe in you. As does Chrys. Alec is going to have to trust you.
You know, like gives me
Otherwise, everyone will
champagne. I
kill
don't
him.
really care what he does. He provides me with really good alcohol. So.
The man has taste.
Yeah. You have a kid to raise. You're gonna have enough on your plate.
I always have a lot on my plate. I always want my friends to have what they need. In fact, I'm not going to be on the council, so that frees me up for helping you if you want. I'll be around in Weirgate. Just say the word.
No,
I don't want more people to abandon you. I also want you to
it's not your choice.
find your father.
That's also not your choice.
No. But I want to help.
I don't know how you would, but if you really want to, then fine. But I'm not dealing with this tonight. I didn't even get to, like, bang the dude I wanted to bang tonight. Like, do you understand how frustrated I am?
No.
Right. Yes, of course, because you've gotten some, so.
Oh, no.
You literally have a woman who would blow up a building for you, so, you know, I think you're fine. You could probably, like, catch her anytime you want.
I mean... Yeah, but...
... in Cassius's head. It's a bit more complicated than that.
It's
Yeah. It's probably not something he'd say here, though.
I'm here with Memento, with you, because I chose to be, and you all needed my help, and you know what? I just like you all way more than any other group of people in this city.
Did you really choose to be with us?
I could have left at the first convenient moment.
You did leave for a bit. But
Yeah, that was kind of rough. But I came back and you all helped me. So just returning the favor. You did a lot of really incredible things tonight. I enjoyed that party.
okay, that's
The least interesting part was the bit where all the politics happened. I enjoyed a party, Tess.
I suppose that is a pretty high compliment then. Yeah. Should really be thanking Gimlet. He's the one who really kind of put it all together.
You won't remember.
Right.
But it was all your idea in the first place. You're the boss. You're the boss of Memento now.
I don't want to be. I thought that was your job.
You've got it all on lockdown.
But with who? Celine and Caber are leaving. Eli is a fucking mystery. I have Gimlet, Chrys, Nahari.
You have a lot of new friends in the city. Friends is a strong word. Allies in the city. You're going to be just fine. And also, Eli is basically just an animal that stands on two legs. If you put him in his place, he'll follow you around like a puppy again. Cass goes to the kitchen and takes about 30 minutes, but he comes back with a little bento box. Puts it in front of Tess.
Does it look like a bento box that I would have gotten in Japan? Yeah, Tess just starts crying.
Cass is gonna hug her.
Cassius hasn't looked in the bento box, has he?
Well, I mean, he would have, because the idea was that he made bento.
Right. Okay. But before he made the bento, he hasn't looked at it, like, since he got it?
No.
Just one sec.
Okay. Oh no.
So, yeah, anyway, that's,
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I guess.
like, you can
Oh,
leave it
no.
in there, or...
Yeah, he puts it on top inside the box.
Okay.
So it's not covered in food.
Yeah. You gotta eat it now?
Yeah, I'm fucking crying. I'm gonna stress eat. Like,
Okay.
open the box.
Full of dynamite. Boom!
So
GG.
when you open it, there is a ring on top of it. It's like a fairly large, like quite chunky ring, which you recognize. It's got a kanji on it for family. It's one your dad used to wear.
What the fuck? It's not silver though, is it? Do I know? Okay.
It's not silver.
I pick it up to like see if it actually like is what I think it is. And I just look at Cass.
There's a little inscribing written in hiragana, like on the inside, which says, "So I'm always with you." That's your dad's handwriting, so yeah.
Where the fuck did you find this?
I wish I could take credit. I found it in the box when I cleared it out of the kitchen.
This box was in the kitchen?
Yeah. It looked like the one that Winnie gave me ages ago to give to you. So I thought that would be nice.
Winnie gave this to you to give to me. When?
I gave you the bento. I mean, you've been a bit stubborn, so...
I punched Cassius as hard as I can in the mouth. Like, I want to roll for it. Like, I am trying to injure him.
Okay. Strength roll, please. Cassius, what do you want to go with this for?
Like... What can I do but Dex Athletics, I guess?
If you want to dodge, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to dodge.
If you want to like parry it, you can
got a 0.
Strength roll.
Yeah, he'll parry it.
Okay.
Sure.
I got a 0. Like.
Oh, did you?
Gonna...
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, let's just roll it.
Yeah, just
There's...
like Tess is very emotional, and that probably weighs over the anger. So the punch isn't much of a punch, and you just kind of catch it and like bring.
Why did you do that?
Are you fucking kidding me? You had this thing the whole time, and you didn't give it to me?
I gave it to you ages ago. You ate the bento. Do you not remember that?
There wasn't the ring in there.
I didn't put that in there.
What do you mean you didn't put that in there?
I found it in there when I went and looked. Just now.
How?
With my eyes.
What do you... You didn't put this there. Winnie didn't put this there?
Not the first time I saw it, if it's the same one. I didn't open it. I gave it to you. Then you had it. Then you ate.
How is this possible?
Then it was now.
How is this possible?
How is what possible?
Cassius, this is my dad's ring.
Oh.
What do you mean, oh? Yeah, oh. Like this, how is this possible? You just said you could help me find my dad and then the ring just shows up? Have you been meeting with him?
I've never met your dad. Did he come here?
I don't know. I haven't seen him for like a decade.
Just go see if we can find your dad then. Eat your bento, it's getting cold.
I fucking take a piece of the like fish and shit and just like throw it at him. Like fucking
Just a wet slap.
just eat it and take the chopsticks and eat it off of his face. Like just
Okay.
We don't waste food in this household.
And I think we will end there.
Hate you, Sheepy. God damn it.
It's been there for a while.
How long? Did Winnie put it there, or did my dad sneak in and put it there because Bro!
Sorry.
I can't even remember when the last time it would be that I've had a bento at home.
It's been quite a while.
Would it have been like before Winnie passed away?
No, you had one
Like
since
after?
then. Yeah.
Fuck. So then it's not Winnie who put it, I don't think. Because then I would have seen the box.
Josh has been doing work today with all the emotional.
Why are you destroying
Lemons.
everyone, Josh? Jesus.
Sucks to be you. I'm here to ruin lives and emotions and all of that. You're welcome.
Ugh.
So.
I'm off now, by the way.
Yeah, for real.
Peace.
So. Thank you, everyone. That was very good. Let's do a little outro, and then we will talk through our problems and pains. So, Chrys. Sorry I messed with you. Tash. It was unintentional.
All over the place. I'm all over the place.
I mean, it was, like, don't make friends with Kafka, Jesus.
He's great, though.
Yeah, I know. He's like, fuck everyone else, go have a holiday.
Just like, well, no, but maybe. Keep convincing me, Kafka.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm so glad that Cass came after Chrys.
Yeah.
I was hoping that you know, Cass or Tess would click that she was off. But
the funny thing is that Kafka was like invisibly like hanging around waiting to be like, oh, so where you off to? And like, you know, like cheer you up basically and try and talk you through talk Chrys through some of her woes. But then Cassius turned up and was like, hey, let's help. And then Kafka was like, well, I'm here, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, he dove in and gave his 2 cents.
yeah, and you won't remember any of Cass's advice to
Yeah.
Chrys. I forgot that when I was in the scene because I was like,
Well, the thing is that he thinks he didn't listen. He just caught a bit of your phone conversation because he can't remember the conversation you had with Cassius. So he was like, yeah, I didn't listen. Which is why it was harder to tell that he was, you know, to a certain extent lying.
God, it's so blah, blah, blah. Like, consider that for all our characters, this is still the same night that we went to fight the old guard, and like, you don't just deal with all of that in one night.
It's been a heavy one, definitely.
So, yeah, I think Chrys does need some time to just see where she is and find the lay of the land. Everything's been like 11, like from 1 to 10, it's been at 11 for a long time. And he was completely right that she's not like chilled out just for herself for like properly for a bit. So hopefully she'll have a nice time, chill out, and not upset Tess too much for abandoning her.
So, Cassius and also Josh. Hey,
Hi.
how you doing?
I'm doing. Cass is great. Cass is fine. Like everything turned up Cass today.
Went pretty well. Yeah.
Except for the fact that his friends are all having big capital P problems.
When you went for that bento box, I was like, oh god damn, really? Right now?
I was like, this'll be an emotional gut punch. You ready, Vandy? And Sheep was like, I got this.
I got this.
So yeah, I had quite a lot of fun upping everyone's character into a slightly more stable state, because Cass is, if nothing, a boring, stable person.
Her name.
Except when, you know, he almost...
Except for when he isn't.
Fired to himself. Yeah, except for when he isn't. And yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed. We're coming to the very close to the conclusion of Cass's story, so
yeah. And I think it's worth saying thank you, Josh, for sticking with us for over a year, even when you started working more and having less time free. I appreciate you sticking till we could kind of close out Cass's story.
No, it was fun. I really enjoyed doing it, and I enjoyed RPing with everyone.
Hell yeah, we're gonna miss you, man.
I'm so sad.
But yes, not quite yet. Not quite yet.
Very close.
Very close. We will move to. I'll give Vandy a little time to chill. Alec and also Hydra. Hey bud, how you doing?
Hello. Yeah, that was.
That didn't turn out how we were thinking. I don't think either of us was expecting that.
I had no thoughts as to what was going to happen. So, yeah, that was things.
Yeah.
Just a quiet night in for Alec, but after all of that, anyway. But yeah, he's probably off trying to find somewhere suitable in the basement to put a head into storage.
I was planning on finishing it off with you getting back and
That's fine.
Is it Alistair?
Christian
and Christian like welcoming you back to your place and being like, hello sir. We'll do that beginning of next week, so remind me about that.
That's fine. He's only going to put a head in the basement and then
it'd be nice to have a
read a book.
scene of him coming back to his domain and basically, you know.
Yeah.
I could see him sitting back and reclining in like a very nice velvet chair type thing, and just the soundtrack It's Good to Be King playing, like.
I can see a little bit of like a Dorian Gray. Instead of sneaking into a secret room to talk to a painting, he'll go talk to the head to reflect on things. But that's easy. The head's just for reasons and stuff. But there is a purpose for it. But that would be telling too much. But yeah, that was fun. Yeah, cool stuff. All on the finales.
Got yourself a position on the council.
Yeah, I'm a dude in a chair and stuff.
We'll see how that plays out a little bit, probably.
Yeah. It's all good.
Okay. And finally, hey, Vandy. Sorry.
Well, that was a fucking train wreck of emotions that I wasn't expecting today. Fuck!
Yeah.
Damn it. Ugh, now I'm tired.
Oh yeah.
Emotions are so hard. Like, oh god. I hope Chrys comes back eventually soon, because I mean, I know she's probably like on vacation, do not disturb, but like, you know, and at least there's still Nahari. Like Nahari's still hanging.
I imagine Naharu will pick Tess up a fair amount.
Yeah, like, well, and Tess will help her with her thing. Like, it's easier to help somebody else with their issues, kind of thing, so.
Yes, the Chrys method. We do enjoy that here.
yeah, so. Damn. Fucking bento. Of all things, really, Josh, a bento bot? Like, oh, God.
It was a really sweet gesture, and I was like, oh.
It was so sweet.
I was like, oh, how sweet, aside from. There may have been something that was done ages back, which, whoops. Okay.
So, he said it earlier. Callbacks, man. They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. I can't believe that. That's like... You can't write that shit, y'all. That's RP. You can't fucking write that shit.
I was wondering if it was ever going to come up again.
For a moment there, Cass thought he was magic.
My god.
We'll find your dad. Here he is. He's in the bento box.
Check the other boxes. What's in the Pop-Tarts?
No, okay, so for the questions in the chat here, like the bento, it's just the box itself. Like you put the food in the bento box. It's just a thing that has like separate stuff for it. There's no.
It's like a packed lunch for.
Yeah.
But it's specifically Japanese things. It usually has like different compartments for like rice and then like sushi rolls or you know meat like different cooked meats, and it can be like massive with like loads of different, you know, like soup in the bottom and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Yeah. Well, and like if it was like attached to the top part, I don't know. Anyway, all that to say, that's freaking awesome.
And it was an interesting way to learn that Tess can read kanji and hiragana and all that. Like it's assumed, but we've never had that come up before. So
no, I mean, she was like born and raised in Japan, right? So
well, for part, yeah, like for her early years.
So yeah, fuck. I'm hungry now. I'm actually hungry. Like I need to like eat my emotions here.
I'm a little hungry.
But
also, just for the someone was talking about it. It wasn't a stacked bento box. Like there wasn't already food in it. Cassius like went and made food and put it in it, and then brought it over. And when he opened it, it was empty except for the ring, which he was like, "Oh shit! I guess I'll just put this on top. It's fine."
Yep.
And yeah, no, my dad hasn't seen me for a very long time.
He has.
But he was he's seen me. I haven't seen him.
You haven't seen him.
We haven't met up.
No.
You know, so I had no idea where he was. But he's been communicating with my mom, so you know. We know he's still alive. We just had no idea where he was or what he was doing, and you know, we thought he was running away from the Yakuza. But then, you know, I know that it's probably some kind of werewolf bullshit. And then, anyway, a long story short, clearly he broke into the coterie, which you know probably wasn't very difficult. Dropped that there, and then you know dipped out again. So, yeah. Well, shit. Goddamn.
I take no responsibility for
you take responsibility. Shut up.
for
Shut up, Chico.
sad feelings or heavy emotions. I put that in there ages ago for you to find. You never found it. Not my fault.
To fucking find it.
All on Cassius.
Now she just has to eat all the food just to make sure there's nothing hidden.
I'm just gonna choke on like another ring or something. Like
Dakota ring.
No. But that was it's always fun when you just get like sideswiped by a whole bunch of emotions, so
yeah.
But it makes for good RP. No, I love it. So yeah.
Okay. We will end things there, I feel. See you next week. For those of you who've been like following and stuff, announcements coming for the channel at some point. It was still like waiting on a few things, but the things that I think I showed everyone here, but they look pretty cool. It's looking good. Yes. For those of you on YouTube, thanks for watching. Links in description for all these wonderful people. Go give them a look. Go give them a follow and a like and subscriptions, and in the places where they need to be done, do them. And yes, we'll see you next week.